A new corporation has arrived in Springfield. Through a medical procedure, it begins separating employees' memories, and Homer becomes one of the victims, unable to remember anything about his work life or his personal life. When Marge tries to bring Homer back and help him return to who he was, her own life changes as well when she undergoes the same procedure, one that will alter her life forever. Ten years earlier, on Homer's first day at the plant, Burns tells him that he seems like a man who can be fully trusted. In fact, he informs him that he will have the privilege of holding the red emergency button. Homer replies that he will not let him down, and Burns repeats that he trusts him and knows he will not press the red button unless the fusion alarm sounds, and only then should he press it. That wording confuses Homer, who believes Burns is giving him the order to press the button and ends up doing so. Burns laughs, assuming it was a simple mistake, and tells Homer that now they only have to wait for schools and hospitals to get their power back. Homer presses the button again, excited, saying he will never get tired of doing it. As time goes by, Homer stops paying attention to the button, and when a real emergency actually happens, he does not even try to press it. Later at home, Bart and Lisa are excited because it is the day of the family trip to the state park. Marge is already loading all the supplies into the car and reminds the kids not to forget sunscreen. A few minutes later, Homer comes out carrying his cooler, complaining about the trip because he has been stuck at work for so long and now has to spend time in a park. Marge reminds him that the idea was his, but that only stresses Homer out even more. When they arrive at the forest, Lisa and Bart immediately start acting like kids, running around the area while Homer is genuinely exhausted. Bart and Lisa enjoy a waterfall and then stamp their park passports, promising to collect them all. Homer tells Marge that weekends are supposed to be for resting and that he is clearly not doing that. When Bart and Lisa collect all the stamps, they head to the visitor center to claim their prize, which turns out to be another sticker of a literal prize. They get excited, but the excitement only lasts a few seconds, like it does for most park visitors, and they end up throwing their passports into the trash. Bart asks Marge to buy some souvenirs to remember the trip, time that Homer considers wasted. Marge asks him to pretend to enjoy the day, but Homer tells her he cannot do that because when he does not like something, he cannot pretend otherwise. While walking past the souvenir stands, Homer notices some anti-stress plush toys and feels a sense of calm just by squeezing them. He says that this is actually fun and asks everyone to grab a squishy to relax. Seeing that Homer has genuinely relaxed, everyone starts grabbing one. This behavior is observed by a mysterious man. The next day, Bart tells Homer that a man is looking for him. Homer says he can come in, and it turns out to be Duffman, although he quickly clarifies that he is no longer Duffman, since the Duff Corporation has retired the character for good. He also explains that audiences can no longer be held the way they used to be. For example, kids no longer memorize jingles. Duffman explains that nowadays everything is about covert marketing, exactly like what Homer did at the park when he got everyone to buy the squishies. Homer says he was only pretending to like them, and Duffman replies that this is precisely what companies need, handing him a card for his new company, Enthusiasms on Demand. Lisa realizes that it is a company where people have to pretend to like a product so others will buy it, and that with this job, Homer could earn $500 in just 1 hour. In a corner, Homer receives a package. It is a unicycle, along with a note asking him to get people to buy the product. While Homer tries to figure out where he could promote it, Kent Brockman delivers the news, reporting that miners are tragically trapped and that citizens are holding a prayer. At that moment, Homer interrupts to tell everyone that they should buy a unicycle, which causes laughter. The broadcast is seen by a woman accompanying Duffman, who tells him that Homer may be the key to completing the Dark Contrivance Project, a mysterious and ominous initiative. Later, Homer is having breakfast with the family and tells Marge that her vegetable omelet is the most delicious thing he has ever tasted, and that it does not need any meat to taste better. Marge asks if he really means it or if he is just pretending like he does in his new side job, but Homer assures her that everything he says is real, before immediately pulling 2 strips of bacon out of his chest. At that moment, Homer tells Marge that he does not have a side job because he has quit the plant once again. Just then, the corporation sends him a new assignment, one that does not make Homer happy, since it requires him to go to the bowling alley, one of the places he loves the most, and he does not want to have to pretend in front of his friends. When they arrive, Moe offers Homer a mug of beer, but Homer refuses. He says he has something better, though just thinking about saying it seems to disgust him. He offers everyone a can of non-alcoholic beer that has the ability to make them forget the times they got completely drunk and could not remember anything, and that also will not give them a hangover. Excited, he hands out a can to everyone. Lenny, trusting him, says he will try it because he believes in him, but Homer stops him as soon as he sees it, and then starts stopping everyone else as well.
Tell me to sell timeshares to toddlers, but not this!
Almost immediately, he receives a call from the corporation telling him that he must report the following morning. When he arrives at the corporation, a bleak, silent, and isolated place, Homer once again meets Duffman, who leads him through hallways that grow darker and stranger, though Homer does not see this as something to worry about. When he meets Consonance, Homer apologizes for failing to make people love and buy the non-alcoholic beer. She tells him that in the end, every enthusiast is destined to love a product they cannot truly love, and that he is a victim of his own preferences and aversions.
Stupid personality.
Consonance tells him they have something that can stop his tastes and desires from controlling him.
We call it severance. After severance, you will never again be disjoyous at work.
Homer replies that this is exactly what he wants. In fact, he has wanted that feeling ever since he grew tired of pressing the red button at the plant. Uneasy, he asks what the separation project is about. Duffman tells him that he does not know exactly what he underwent, but that he enjoyed feeling good. Immediately, Consonance tells him it is time to begin the separation, leading him into a dark room where a lobotomy appears to be simulated, opening Homer's brain in order to work on his mind. Later, Homer finds himself in an elevator wearing a protective device on his head, and his expression changes at once. He is happier and seems calm. He even starts to sing.
Happy! Woohoo!
He then enters a room where Gil, Agnes, and Farley are working, Farley being, in fact, one of the actors from the series Severance, the very show this story is parodying.
There he is, Homer S., our brilliant team leader.
A sinister biotechnology corporation, Lumen Industries, uses a medical procedure known as severance to separate employees' non-work memories from their work memories. When workers are on the job, they are referred to as innies and are unable to remember anything about their lives or the outside world. When they are away from work, they are known as outies and cannot remember anything about their time at the office. As a result, the innie and the outie live two entirely different lives, with distinct personalities and goals. One of these employees, Mark, gradually begins to uncover the web of conspiracy on both sides of the divide. Agnes thanks him, saying that thanks to his leadership, they have been given what she considers a nut party. Homer cracks a nut open with his hat, and Farley tells him to be careful because it is a gift from Enroy. Homer is thrilled. He has never been this happy at a job before. His attitude is clearly changing. He likes his hat, the bench in the corner, the endless hallways, the apology stool. He is even excited by hearing distant screams.
I'm so desanguinated!
Homer takes his place in his new cubicle, while Gil tells them they have a new assignment selling quick loans with a 60% interest rate. Later, Marge goes to the offices. She knows something strange is happening with Homer, so she visits Consonance to confront her, telling her that ever since Homer started working there, he has been acting like a different person, almost like a zombie. Consonance explains that the separation divides the worker's mind into two modes. The first is staying happy at work, and the second is returning home to recharge and prepare the mind to go back to work. Marge says she does not want to deal with that, so Consonance tells her that if she wants to experience the job, she can do so and feel the separation herself. In addition, if she works alongside Homer, their relationship will be renewed. Moments later, Homer enters, excited to have her working by his side. His enthusiasm is so strong that he truly seems like a different person. As soon as Homer takes her hands, he asks Marge to separate so they can be together again, submitting themselves to the same process. Once the procedure is complete, they take on the job and must convince Flanders to buy new insoles to feel lighter on his feet. Working together, they get people to buy unnecessary things, from crusty products to rib grills for everyone. But when their workday ends, they both disconnect. They have no energy, and Marge does not make dinner. They only eat fries. This worries the children who watch them from a distance. The next morning, the same thing happens, and Lisa tells Bart that it is all the fault of that new company. Both children go to the corporation, determined to get their parents back. Before entering, they run into Duffman, who tells them not to go in through the front door. He confesses that being a Downey ruined his life, because now he has no energy left for his family, not even for the secret second family he has. He tells them there is a way to reverse the separation, though he himself seems disoriented.
This whole place is like one of those puzzle box TV shows like The Left Behinds or Yellow Jinx or Severance, and there's always a big secret at the end.
Duffman assures them that he will do everything he can to help, which means entering through the back door. Once inside, they see truly strange things, from devoted accountants to a kangaroo feeding a baby so strange that it ends up giving them away. The three reach Consonance, who appears calm. She tells them that the answer may not be as pleasant as the question. Bart insists on seeing their parents, but Consonance leads them to an even stranger room where Marge and Homer are staring at one of the statues. When they realize the children are there, they act happy and start kissing them. Lisa tells them that now everything they receive is either too much or not enough. Lisa demands the truth again, and Consonance responds that if she wants to know it, she must listen to Enroy, the visionary founder who will explain it to them.
Create a service that can be sold for money.
Bart demands to know why everything is so bleak, from the hallways to the creepy kangaroos. Consonance explains that the rent for these buildings is simply cheaper, and that the kangaroo situation exists because they receive a certain type of credit. They confess that Enroy is not a person, but an acronym that stands for net return on investment. Duffman tells them that Marge and Homer are still separated, and that he will take care of them, just as he did with himself. Consonance tells him that was unnecessary, because nothing was done to their brains. Farley explains that the procedure is only a minor cosmetic surgery. It whitens teeth, firms the skin, and makes small adjustments to make people more attractive when selling. He also explains that Homer's hat covers his hair implant. Lisa does not believe them, because ever since her parents started working there, they have been acting strangely. Marge says that this is simply what it means to be a working adult, that you usually come home tired, and that if the kids want to, and if Enroy allows it, they can experience it themselves. Lisa hesitates. She wonders if that is really all there is, if her parents simply enjoy their jobs out of nowhere while she and her siblings stay at home. Bart wonders the same thing, because they are supposed to be the ones taking away that parental life force. Crying, they ask their parents to get that time back and return to how they were before. Marge and Homer look at each other, deciding that they will do what the children want and return to their miserable lives from before. Consonance tells them they only need to turn in their badges, their hats, and with them, the plugs for Homer's new hair. The next day, everything seems more normal. Lisa has her happy breakfasts. Bart shows what he has learned in his karate classes, and Marge and Homer pretend to be happy about everything their children do. Bart wonders if they are still pretending, but Lisa does not care.